about a responsibility. That responsibility is to the public. The media exists for the public, and there may be other interests along the way in terms of ownership, in terms of pressures and all the rest. But the media does eventually exist to try to serve the public. That may sound idealistic, but that's what we should be. That's where we should be. I'm making those that observation because I want to persuade colleagues that let's not be too sensitive when we're doing a self-audit. This is what the best professions do well, because they tend to audit themselves a lot more rigorously than we do. So that's my preface. I have 3 points to make and to build up on what colleagues have said. I think, like Takura, I want to extend my observations beyond the pre-coup, the coup, and the post. I want to go beyond and say, I think if we look at the last 5 years, I want to go back to, we're getting into another election. In fact, since the last election, the media has been trapped by politics, and by politics it has been trapped by political propaganda and spin doctors. We've been victims of that. We've either knowingly or unknowingly been trapped in their work, and they're doing their work and they've affected our work. The second trapping that has happened has been around personal prejudices, and you find that you find that a lot on Twitter. That sometimes we are quick to express our opinions on issues to an extent where people then wonder whether we have the capacity to look at those issues a little more dispassionately for the larger public. I think for me that is a serious problem in terms of how we do. Those personal prejudices have played a serious role. I have a dispute with colleagues about whether there is incompetence in our sector. I think there is a lot of investment that is going on in terms of capacity building. That I think we can make a case around ourselves that if we address ourselves in the manner in which we try as much as possible to stay independent of particularly the spin doctors. Yes, there are pressures around the economy and all the rest, but we've sometimes made ourselves vulnerable by playing too close to the politicians, to an extent that sometimes you think beyond the politicians, there are colleagues today who are suffering from power denial psychosis. The influence, the amount of influence that they thought they will be is not there. We got the story wrong, and we are not willing to concede that we got it wrong, isn't it? That's to an extent where you think, I think my colleague needs a post-traumatic stress disorder therapy, to deal with the shock that it didn't happen the way that I had pushed. And we're sensitive about that because we're human beings, isn't it? And it's global, it's human. That's how we are as human beings. We're defensive. It's a natural.